Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel and to a brand new episode of Task 1 Tuesdays. So here's our new question. You recently bought an electronic device for your home. Your friend wants to buy the same device and has asked for your advice. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, describe this device, explain why you bought it, and say whether or not your friend should buy it and why. Begin a letter as follows. Dear blank. Okay, so it's to a friend. Naturally, it's informal, and so you might start with something like Dear Stacy. And here, of course, you don't need any kind of introduction. What's the first bullet point? Describe the device. And they've given you some information. They've told you that your friend wants to. They already want to buy this because they saw it in your home, right? So you kind of make a reference to that. Describe the device. Okay. Last week when you came home, um, you asked me about my Wi-Fi. What kind of device might you have for your home? Maybe one of those smart bulbs, the ones that you can change colors with just your cell phone. There's also Wi-Fi plugs where you can switch a device on and off. You can even set a timer. And of course, you have, for example, cameras. Those are good, especially for children's rooms or even for your main door. So you can write about any kind of electronic device. It doesn't necessarily have to be just those things. It can even be something like a vacuum cleaner. It could even be one of those robot vacuum cleaners. I think that's a very cool idea. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'll write about that. I can't really make up my mind, like what do I write about, because they're all, but I want to write about something that's a little bit cool. Maybe I'll just write about a camera. It doesn't really matter what you write. Last week when you came home, you asked me about my, robot vacuum cleaner. Okay, let's take that. No, it's not really a vacuum cleaner. Actually, it's just a floor cleaner. It does wet and dry cleaning. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit too, because I don't really know how it functions. I don't have one because I don't think it's very useful. Maybe I'll just say Wi-Fi plug. Yeah, because that's cool. Or maybe, oh, there's another idea. You can write about what's that thing? Amazon Echo Dot, Alexa, stuff like that. So yeah, maybe some. I think I'll just write about my smart plug because yeah, that's something that I can write about. So you asked me about my Wi-Fi smart plug. Now why not? So Wi-Fi, if there's a hyphen, Wi-Fi smart plug. Smart plug. And I wanted to research into it or maybe give you the most accurate advice I could, something like that. Let me just see if I can rephrase it to sound nicer. Last week when you came home, or maybe remember remember when remember when you came home last week and you asked me about my Wi-Fi smart plug? At the time, I didn't know much about it since it was my husband who bought it. But I asked him for more details, and here you go. Now, this is very natural. This is how people write. Hey, remember how you came to my home that day and you wanted to know more about this item? Yeah, so here's, all the details. So it costs this much. You can find it here. It's good, it's bad. I'm happy, I'm unhappy with it. It doesn't necessarily say that your friend should buy it because at the end you see the last bullet point. Say whether or not your friend should buy it and why. So you might even say, it was the worst purchase of my life. Please don't buy it. It's useless or something like that. Could be anything. So remember when you came home last week and you asked me about my Wi-Fi smart plug? At the time, I didn't know much about it since it was my husband who bought and installed it. But I asked him for more details and here you go. It's a Philips Wi-Fi smart. Oh, smart plug, and you can use it pretty much anywhere in your home for any kind of, for any electric device, for any device, including induction cookers or refrigerators, including refrigerators or air conditioners. Describe the device. Maybe this is like too much because there's too much backstory. I feel like I should cut down because it's already 69 words and that's already like too much. Um, uh, yeah, maybe you can say at the time I didn't know much since it was my husband who bought and installed it. But I now have more details or something like that. But I asked him for more details. And here we go. It's a Philips Wi-Fi smart plug. Explain why you bought it. It cost just, because I'm using the past tense, it cost because it was purchased. So maybe like, I don't know, 40, 30 something dollars. I don't know. It cost just $30 on Amazon and was delivered pretty quickly. Next day too. Right, so describe the device. I feel like it's not really clear what the device is. There's only 34 words devoted to the actual. So it's good, but it's not ideal. Because again, I feel like I haven't really achieved the goal. So I need to go deeper into, I need to explain this a bit more. Maybe I can delete the whole thing. It's like too much yapping. I know you wanted to know more about my Wi-Fi hyphen at the time. I didn't know much since 2001. So then, since it was my husband who, I can just change that. Since my husband bought it, but I asked him for more details, and here you go. It's a Philips Wi-Fi smart plug, and you can with this device, you can switch your appliances on and off without having to, physically use the switches or even be at home. You can even set a timer. Even set a stop timer for your devices. It costs just $30 on Amazon and was delivered the next day. It's still quite big. 104 words, it's a little bit too much. It's a Philips smart plug, which cost just $30. Oops, there we go. There we go. Now that's better on Amazon, and you can pretty much use it. You can use it pretty much for any device. You can use it for any device, including refrigerators and air conditioners. With this device, it helps you to switch your appliances on and off without having to physically use the switches or even be at home. You can even set up a start or stop timer for your device, for your appliances. Because an appliance is usually, an electronic appliance that's like plugged in. This is still a little bit too much, so I'm gonna have to shorten that. And this is like the first time where I'm spending so much time because I'm not very happy with the paragraph. Like from here to here, it's very nice. But this is like, you cannot just start saying, "Dear Stacy, it's a Philips Wi-Fi smart plug." That's like, it's very rough, the transition. So I finally have some more information about the smart plug you were interested in. Perfect. Okay. I don't know why it's recognizing this as a problem because it's not. But I guess since you are using it is, you can. So it's a good idea to use costs just to maintain the tenses. Even though I originally wanted to say it cost as in past tense, it cost us, right? So it cost us just now it's fine. Now it's fine. But if I don't have us, and if I just write this, then the reader might be confused, so it really depends on you if you want to do it this way, if you want to not have us and you just write costs, present tense, both are fine, both are equally good. Now, a word processor like this one is not going to understand the very, very fine nuances of grammar, so don't worry about such things. So there we go. Now I'm finally satisfied. Now I can go on to the next paragraph. Explain why you bought it. My husband was the one who bought this because he's so into all this tech stuff. And loves monitoring our electric usage. To try and cut costs. Says it's a lot safer since we can set timers for our devices and I no longer have to worry about turning off the iron after use. Okay. We bought this because it's into all this tech stuff and loves monitoring. Loves monitoring our students during cut costs. He says it's a lot safer too. Because we can now set timers for all our devices and I no longer have to worry about turning off the iron after use. Explain why you bought it. What else? Also with kids around the house, with children, kids is better because you're writing to a friend. Can never be too safe or too sure. So, and with my phone, I can easily ensure that any device, any appliance isn't left on. There we go. That's good enough. That's already 84 words. Maybe a little bit too big. Okay, and then lastly, say whether or not your friend should buy it and why. I think it was a great decision on his part. And you should definitely consider it because it will not only save you a fair bit of money, but it's really cool to be able to monitor my usage and control all devices in the home with just my mobile phone. The peace of mind that you get, that it gives you, is priceless. And well, it only costs, but I've already mentioned the cost, so I don't have to do it over again. The peace of mind that it gives you is priceless. So go ahead and pay it. Besides, they even have a 1-year guarantee, maybe 2-year guarantee, warranty. There we go. All good reasons for buying this item, and that's also good enough. So finally, and here's yours truly, just your name, something like that. There we go. So there's our full letter. That's 231 words. Okay, a little bit bigger than usual. But again, there is no upper limit as long as you finish your letter in time, and we are on time. It's 14 minutes. They don't care. They'll read the whole thing. But of course, I understand. For most people, I would say a good size is 150 is the minimum, but you should aim to write around 180, maybe 180, 190, maybe that much, just around that much. It allows you to have enough content, meaningful content that's related to the bullet point. You see the bullet points right here? There we go. So yeah, that was our video for today. And don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe if you haven't already yet. We really appreciate all of your support. Helps get these videos out to other people that are struggling, that, need samples, good samples, high quality samples for letters, essays, even speaking tests. We have a lot of other videos, so don't forget to check them out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.